All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because everybody got something to say. Because I was having a conversation with somebody and they mentioned Caitlin Clark. But now I gotta be the biggest hater because I'm the biggest hater as far as Caitlin Clark. Because like I gotta be the biggest hater. The biggest hater because I engage in conversation with this person about Caitlin Clark. Like it's crazy to me that that you guys feel a certain way because I have a I'm not just gonna be like, oh, she's the greatest player ever. Go check my tweets. There's never been a tweet when I said she's dirt, she's trash, this, that, the third. And then every time I say something about Caitlin Clark, here come the people with, well, are you criticizing Angel Reese? Is the conversation about Angel Reese? And if you've been following my tweets like some of y'all do, you would clearly know that I talked about Angel Reese too. I've been very critical of Angel Reese. So that's why I'm like, you guys are so funny with the anytime somebody says something in regards to her, you know, me and what's his name? Scary Man, I think 42. That's what his Twitter handle is. We were having a conversation about Caitlin Clark. So if you go back to the beginning, which is probably maybe an hour or so ago, me and him were having a whole conversation about Caitlin Clark. That's where all the other tweets follow from that conversation and stem from that conversation. The same way some of y'all jump in the conversation and between bits and pieces of the conversation, we were having a full fledged conversation. Like we have daily conversations about the Indiana Fever, Christy Sides, Caitlin Clark, and Melissa Smith, uh, the bench, Erica Wheeler. Like we have constant conversations and consistent conversations about these things. And that's what we do. We have consistent conversations about 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 what could the Indiana Fever improve upon. That's usually what me and Scary Bad 42's dot like conversations have been. Like we've talked he mentioned how she's number 3 in MVP voting. Like is that's major seeing that she's only a rookie. To be number 3, it goes Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark, and I think four. Stewie's number 4, and Alyssa Thomas is number 5 on that list. So then we So that's major. As long do I think she'll get her MVP within the next 2 years? Probably not if Asia Wilson continues to dominate the way that she's dominating. I I don't know if she's gonna get that MVP within the next 2 years. Like Asia Wilson is like in her bag the way she's been playing. Like she's a guaranteed 20 and 10. If you've been watching the Olympics, you see she's getting double and triple team. She's not getting clear shots. So that's what I'm saying. For everybody who wants to jump on my timeline and jump in the conversations, know where these conversations stem from first before I'm a I'm a hater or I'm a racist. Like I just got told I was a racist because I support Asia Wilson for MVP, but I won't support Caitlin Clark. There's no tweet where I say I don't support Caitlin Clark. There's not one tweet you can go find where I say I don't support Caitlin Clark. When she has good games, I tweeted about her having good games. When she was shooting bad, I talked about it. When she was having a lot of turnovers, I talked about it. When she needed to shoot the ball more, I talked about it. I talked about it. So to make it seem like I'm not, I don't support what she's doing, that's false. That's false. Some of that is false. You know, but am I steadily singing praises? No. Like we just had a conversation the other day about her and her turnovers. Like she averages what 4 to 5 turnovers. I mean, granted, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, which is probably very high in the league. But she's had some games where she's had a lot of turnovers, and sometimes it does mess up the momentum. But she's getting out and she's passing the ball and getting people involved. So, however, it's low reward. I get it. I get it. But some people want to say blame the teammates. You can blame the teammates on some plays, but you have a lot of plays where you can't blame the teammates. She just shouldn't have passed the ball. She should have shot it. Like, we can be honest. Like, there's been many possessions that I know Caitlin Clark is thinking, pass the ball, get my teammates involved, where she should have shot the ball. So we're gonna talk about the Indiana Fever and what I'd like to see going into the second half of the season. They got 14 regular season games yet left. 14 regular season games left. They're 11-15. They're in seventh place. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. That's solid. That's solid. They're 500, so that's solid. And in those games, Aaliyah Boston has played better, scored more. Kelsey Plum's averaging 17 points. Kelsey Plum averages 17 points. Melissa Smith averages 12 points and 8 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston averages 14 points and 9 rebounds. And Caitlin Clark averages 17 points, 6 boards, and 8 dimes. So if that is your big four, that's solid. That's solid as far as a big four. Now, granted, Kelsey Plum can go get a bucket. So Kelsey Plum can go get her own point, go get a bucket. But the only downside to Kelsey Plum being able to go get a bucket is that she does not try to get the teammates involved. Like she's a let me go get a bucket, let's get us going type of player. And she's still kind of in the mode of I'm the star. In a sense, you're one of the stars. You're one of the stars, yes. Like you're one of the stars. You can't deny that. Can't take that away from you. But at the same time, at the same time, um, we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest. Caitlin Clark, her job is to get everybody involved. That is her job. And she can average a double double. If she can average 8 assists, she can average a double double. Now, what that requires of her, a little bit more discipline with the passing in the traffic. Passing in the traffic. That may work with Aaliyah Boston because you guys have kind of figured out how she needs to get the ball in the post. Now, Melissa Smith, on the other hand, no. Don't throw the ball to her and a whole bunch of traffic. Like, it's either going to be a turnover or it's going to result in a bad shot. That's just how that's going to work. That's how that's going to work. So, yeah, that's how that pretty much works. 14 games left in the regular season. They play the Phoenix Mercury. That's the first game back to start the second half. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. That is a I'm not like that is a winnable game. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. That is a winnable game. That's a winnable game for the Indiana Fever. Granted, Kalia Koppa's been bombing. She's been bombing. She has like 10 plus 30-point plus games. So she would be the one y'all gotta contain as far as Phoenix. Um and y'all gotta defend Brittany Griner without getting the bigs in foul trouble. So whether that's defend by committee, which it possibly could be, you know, but y'all also had Damaris Dantas, which is she doesn't necessarily have to be in the post to be effective to score. It's all about y'all defending without fouling. Defending without fouling. So it's limiting Kalia Copper from getting hot and defending Brittany Griner without fouling. That's what it is. That would be the game plan. Like that's a winnable game. That is a winnable game. Um, like the matchup of Caitlin of Natasha Howard. I mean Natasha Cloud. I know is going to want to have the assignment on Caitlin Clark, basically as like a defensive stopper. I want to see it. I want to see it. Like Natasha Cloud's been a two way player, and like I want to say like the last year and a half she was with the Washington Mystics, you really got to see it. They like one of those years she really should have made the all defensive team and didn't make it. Like she is a great defender. She's a great defender. So I know she's gonna be like this on Caitlin Clark. She's gonna be like this with Caitlin Clark, but she can't get the tic tac fouls of like reaching in or like touch fouls, trying to do like this at her. Because when she goes up to shoot the three, and you like that on the arm or while she's in motion and shooting the ball, it's it's not gonna be in your favor. It's not gonna be in your favor. Um, that's a winnable game. It's a winnable game. It's going to be a bunch of who can score and who can get the defensive stops. That's what that's going to be. And as far as Indiana, Caitlin Clark's got to shoot the ball more in these last 14 games. Caitlin Clark's got to shoot the ball more than 7 8 times a game. I think coming in, she was trying to blend in. She was trying to blend in, you know, and not just automatically be rapid with it. And it's like, no, they need you to shoot the ball. Like, shoot the ball. Like, broken plays, I want to see her throw it up. Throw it up. You know? Like, I'd rather you throw it up than it be a turnover. You know, that's one thing for this second half of the season. Caitlin Clark's got to shoot the ball more. Take more shots. Take more shots. Drive the ball more. Drive the ball more. I want to see more of the mid range. I know you can shoot damn near half court threes. Show me some of that mid range game that you have. That is what I want to see. Show me some of the mid range game. Like, the mid range game is what I want to see now. Like, kind of have one of those. Like, I think she's going to have one of those, like, kind of, she's going to have a similar situation to Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina Ionescu, when she first came in, she could shoot the ball, but she was getting banged up because she needed to hit the weight room. I think once Caitlin Clark gets in the weight room to put a little muscle on to her frame, the physicality won't, and the bumping and everything like that won't be a factor. Granted, y'all are guarding her 94 feet. Like, we know she can cross half court and let that thing go. We know it. We know it. So it's understandable. It's understandable. Um, it is. It's understandable in that case. Um, they play the Seattle Storm. Like, they played the Phoenix Mercury the first game back. They only played them one time. They played the Seattle Storm. We all know Jewel Lloyd can go off any game, any moment. Like, they don't call her Gold Mamba for nothing. Like, she can be 2 of 12 in the first half and come out bombing in the second. So, somebody, like, even if she goes off or has a rough half, you got to contain Jewel Lloyd. Ezzy Magnaglore and Aaliyah Boston is a good matchup. They're going to bang in the post. That's a good young matchup to see. Um, it's all about offense and stops. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. Um, like, the biggest thing is like if the Fever are making shots, it's in their favor. It's strongly in their favor to win games when they're making shots. Is when they have a lot of turnovers and broken plays that kind of shift the momentum. And hero ball is at some point people try to play hero ball at some point. So that's the other thing about it. Um, I definitely want to see Skylar Diggins Smith versus Caitlin Clark. I think that'll be a good one. You know, Skylar Diggins Smith feisty. She's feisty. She's spicy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have a little bit of trash talking back and forth. You know, but that's a winnable game too. You know, like I'm not. Um, the Lynx. They played the Minnesota Lynx twice. They played the Minnesota Lynx twice. Um, that that Nafisa Kaya is going to get hers one way or another. Um, she's been playing very well. Kayla McBride's been bombing. Kayla McBride's been bombing from three. Courtney Williams has ran the point, even though she's not a point guard. But after watching her run point as far as the Chicago Sky with Sky and then come to Minnesota and now she's like really running the point. Like, yeah. Like Alana Smith's been doing her numbers. Like the Minnesota Lynx have a solid starting five though. They do. Like Katie McBride and Nafisa Collier, they're gonna get theirs. They're gonna get theirs. It's kind of stopping anybody else from like scoring. If you can shut down Alana Smith from getting second chance points or easy shots at the rim, it would help. Um, I'm gonna say they're gonna split the two. The Fever will win a game, and the Lynx will win a game. I think that's how they'll go. They'll probably split, split with it. So, um, what else? They played a dream. Now, I'm still a little confused with Tanisha Wright and her rotations. I'm confused with that. Like it, I'm confused. I am because Ryan Howard, you know, has been out for like what it was 7 8 games prior to like the WNBA All Star break. She was out for like 7 8 games. Um, Nia Coffey started some of those games. Then Ariel Powers started some of those games. Now I believe Ariel Powers is injured again. She's injured again. So I don't know. Like, granted, you'll have Ryan Howard back because she's playing 3-on-3 as far as the Olympics. So you'll get her back. And hopefully she brings her rhythm back with her. Because she looks solid as far as All-Star weekend with the 3v3. Even watching far as the Olympics in the last couple of games, her rhythm, her shot is looking good. Her shot is looking really good. She's moving very well. She's not like kind of like dragging the right leg anymore like before. Um, the Dream kind of have struggled a little bit. I don't know. Tanisha Wright, I don't know how much longer she's gonna last as the Atlanta Dream coach. I don't. I don't know how much longer she's gonna last as their coach. Um, from rotations to some players playing, some players not playing. I really just don't know. Like I really just don't know. Um, like Letitia and me here is just sitting rotting on the Atlanta Dreams bench. Like if Tanisha Wright is not gonna play Letitia and me here, should have traded her. Should have traded her. Should have traded her. She could have went somewhere else. Like she could have went somewhere else where she could have helped, or at least got some minutes. Like you see how Celeste Taylor got waived by the Indiana Fever, then got picked up by the Phoenix Mercury, and went to playing 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 20 minutes. And she had stats, rebounds, steals, points. Like she didn't have none of that really with the Indiana Fever. She had a lot of DMPs. Um, Alicia Gray is going to continue to be an amazing two-way player, but for them, you're going to need more than just that. You're going to need more than just that. All right, hold on for 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, so like I was saying, Atlanta Dream, y'all are gonna go as far as Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard take y'all. You probably will make the playoffs. You probably will. Granted, I think you guys can make the playoffs. Um, but y'all kind of match up with the Fever though. Y'all do. You kind of match up with the Fever. Like we know Alicia Gray would be guarding Caitlin Clark. We know that she'd be guarding Caitlin Clark. Ryan Howard would be going, and like it would be a switch between Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray guarding um Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. That would be how that would work. That's exactly how that would work. Um, I like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not understanding why the Fever don't go. I mean, I do and I don't, because you could have the Twin Towers for the Dream with Tina Charles and Cheyenne Parker Titus. You could do that. You could that could be their Twin Towers. That could be their Twin Towers. Honestly, that could be. That could be their Twin Towers. Um, yeah, that could be the Dreams Twin Towers. Um, but they've been going with just more so Tina Charles is the only big in their lineup, and going aerial powers on Nia Coffee as like the four. You know, you got that will push all shooters out there. So I get it. That will put all shooters out there. And off the bench, you're bringing Cheyenne Parker Titus and um, Nas Hillman. Like I just love Nas Hillman's energy. Energy, I love it. I love her energy. Um, Aaliyah Boston and Tina Charles will be a good matchup. Um, just gotta stay out of foul trouble, like, cause Tina Charles is famous. Like she can get you in foul trouble real quick. Um, cause she don't really have to be in. She don't really. Yes, you know, I I think with that, one of those going to be a close game. I'm gonna say that one of those games between the Fever and the Dream will be a very close game, and it will probably come down to the fourth quarter. Um, the Dream do play a lot of close games. Unfortunately, it's not a good thing. They play a lot of close games. Um, yeah. Then they play the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun is probably like other than the Aces, other than the Aces, I would say the Sun and the Aces is like the two teams that I don't see the Fever beating. You know, because they're elite teams. They're elite teams. Now, because of Dejanay shutting down defensive, like shutting down Caitlin Clark defensively, the first game of the season, the storyline with that and stuff like that. So Dejanay uh, guarding her again It's going to be a storyline. You know, will the Fever get redemption, or will the Sun just beat him again? Like if Dejanay plays the same way she played the previous times and scores the same way, and the Sun are more so running guns instead of just broken possessions trying to score, I think I have the Sun beating them. I have the Sun beating the Fever. It's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be a blowout, but I have the Sun beating them. Like, Brianna Jones has been playing amazing since she's been back. Lisa Thomas, like, Melissa is tall, but she don't bang. Like, she does not bang. I don't know what it is. Like, she got hype, but she ain't in there banging with nobody, though. And it's like, I don't want to see Aaliyah Boston get in foul trouble trying to defend with Alyssa Thomas driving like a brick wall in the post, or Brianna Jones scoring and rebounding, and her getting in foul trouble. Like I think all these games, other than the Sun and the Aces game, the Sun game and the Aces 2 games, I think all the rest of these games are possibly winnable games. Possibly winnable games for the Fever. Like you get another Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese matchup. You know, we get another one. You know, the eyes, the optics are going to be on them. You know, everybody's going to be in the building. If they can be in the building for that game, they are. Angel's gonna have her double. Caitlin's gonna get her assist. She's gonna score. It's all about her getting off good shots and her shooting the ball more. Like her taking 78 shots ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it. In these last 14 games, she needs to be shooting the ball at least. I'm thinking at least 12 to 13 times. 12 to 13 times. Granted, we know majority of them are going to be long range threes, and I'm absolutely fine with that. But she's got to shoot the ball. Like, she's got to shoot the ball. Like, her and Kennedy will be matched up again. You know, that'll be a good moment. Like Angel going against AB and Alyssa, that'd be good. The Sky struggle with offense at times. The Fever struggle with offense at times. I do have that being a very close game. Like we all know, it's a game of runs. It's a game of runs. So, with it being a game of runs, like it's a game of runs. So, I know the Sky might go score 10 to 12 points in maybe a 2-minute run, 3-minute run. But I know Kelsey Mitchell can go and score some buckets. She can go score some buckets. Like, I'm ready to see Caitlin Clark have her own runs. Like, we see it with Leah Boston, where multiple possessions back to back that she'll get the ball in the post, layup, jump shot, and she's scoring. Like, I would like to see, like, we've seen it a couple of times where Caitlin Clark would make a three, then go make a two, get a steal, go make the layup on the end. So I want to see Caitlin Clark with more runs, shooting more than just threes. Like, I want to see her drive the ball. I want to see her mid-range game. That's what I want to see. Shoot the ball, Caitlin. Shoot the ball. That's the message for these last 14 games. Shoot the ball, Caitlin. Shoot the ball. Only pass the ball if one of your teammates are fully open, no traffic. No traffic. And you trust that they're going to catch the ball. Other than that, let that joint fly. Let it fly. That's what she needs to do. I said it. 12 to 13 shots a game. That 7 to 8 is not going to cut it. Like, you guys are 7th seed. 7th seed. Out of these 14 games. 12, I'm going to say 12 of your 14. 12 or maybe 10 of your 14 are winnable games. Because even with the Wings and Enrique, she's tough. Enrique's tough. The Sky, with Angel and Kennedy Carter, tough. That's why I say 10 out of 14 games are winnable games. It's all about offense, getting everybody going, and Caitlin shooting the ball. Caitlin's got to shoot the ball. I'm going to say it. Caitlin Clark has to shoot the ball. Like, granted, they went 5-5 in the last 10 games. But for them to really make a strong push to, for sure, in the playoffs and possibly move up, she's got to be an offensive weapon. Like, she's got to shoot. Like, she's got to shoot. That's the best way to put it. She's got to shoot. Then y'all play the wing. Y'all play the Dallas Wings twice. Enrique can shoot a million. She can shoot a. We seen what Enrique can do, being the MVP of the WNBA All Star game. We like, you seen what she can do. Like, she's a bucket. Like, the backcourt of Enrique and Odyssey Sims has been the resurgence of the Dallas Wings. Now, mind you, here's the kicker to the Dallas Wings. They'll have Satu Sabli back from far as her shoulder. She'll be back. Another offensive weapon. Maddie Secrets has been out because of her hand. And I'm thinking by now, by the time they play them games, she should be back. So you talking about the Dallas Wings have a lot of depth. That they can split possibly with the Wings on those games. They can split with the Wings. They could split with the Wings. Like, if Enrique gets going and Satu gets going, and then you got Big T in the middle, and you bring a Kalani Brown off the bench. Maddie Seaver's coming back. She JC Sheldon has been playing very well. Like since Odyssey Sims got back with the Dallas Wing, she's averaging with 18 and I think it was like 18-6 for them. That's what I'm saying. She's one of those players that she's one of those like she's one of those players that plays very well with Enrique. Like we all love Marike, which was Marina, Mabry, and Enrique. Like that was a solid backcourt between the two of them. Then it went to it's just Enrique. Like it's crazy. Like they still talking crazy on Twitter about about what I said about Caitlin Clark. Like there has been a narrative, and a lot of and like I wouldn't have tweeted it if I hadn't seen people having this conversation because I've had this conversation that people want to say that Caitlin Clark's the savior to the Indiana Fever. Has she helped them play better? Yes. But it's been a collective of them together to win games. So like it's funny. It's funny. It's so many men that are the ones that have a lot to say about Caitlin Clark. Y'all are the ones that have so much to say about Caitlin Clark, but you guys don't jump in nay conversation about the NBA. Funny. It's very funny to me that you guys have a lot of mouth for talking to a woman about the WNBA, but I tweet about the NBA also. You don't chime in on those conversations because one, you probably don't watch it, or two, you're not knowledgeable as far as it that you only watch clips, and that's perfectly fine. People with podcasts do that. A lot of them do it. It's like to help with the engagement part. So I understand it. Like I understand it, but I said what I said as far as Caitlin Clark. She can be the main reason. She's not the only reason. Because if you took, like people say, oh, she's the reason why they're this, that, or third. Take Aaliyah Boston out their equation and see if they're still a great team. No, no. Like they struggled during the games when Aaliyah Boston was like trying to get her rhythm and or trying to whatever it was that was going on. They were struggling in those games. You like people just knew Nalissa Smith was gonna carry over from what was it, Athletes Pro, or she played. I think it was Athletes Pro she played in, because Dejanay I think played too. That was gonna carry into the WNBA season. You know, it didn't carry over for either one of them. Both of them started the season looking like they weren't into it and very tired. Granted, the adjustment of Caitlin Clark being on the team, yes, and that on the floor and how that really looks in a game setting, that makes a difference. Yes, it makes a difference. But like she just visibly looked like she was just not having fun and tired. And the season just started. That's why everybody's like, what is wrong with her? What is wrong with her? So if you take Aaliyah Boston off the Indiana Fever, they would not be that great of a team. Even if you had Caitlin Clark, because who's going to fill the void of Aaliyah Boston? Like Doctors can go and she can score and she can defend, but if she gets in foul trouble, you don't have another big. You're going small with Timmy Femi being injured as far as her hand. Like you're going small ball then, which would probably have Melissa being at the five at some points if AB is in foul trouble, or vice versa. Like Victoria Saxton's been on the bench and she not playing. She not playing. So when you've seen it in games. Christy Sides will go small ball when either Aaliyah Boston or and Melissa Smith are in foul trouble. They'll go small ball. That their five might be Katie Lou for a couple of minutes. So yeah, the Sparks, the Eric and Hambies, man, the go to far as the LA Sparks, and then Rakia Jackson's come along, like she's playing very well. Like if those two play well, and Ari McDonald shoots the ball well and doesn't have a lot of turnovers, they play well. But as those three go, the team goes. And if they're not making shots and they're sloppy and everything, it's not gonna be a good game for the Sparks. It's not gonna be a good game for the Sparks. Um, that's a winnable game. That's a winnable game. Like really, Boston should be able to be going there and really have. I ain't gonna say have it way because De'Ara Heavy it can be physical. So I'm not gonna say Leah Boston can go in there and have her weight with her, but she should be able to get to her spots and get get shots and make shots. Um, Kelsey's gonna go get a bucket. Kelsey's gonna go get a bucket. Um, Like outside of their core four, that's when the question marks come for the Indiana Fever. If somebody has to go to the bench and you put somebody else in, Katie Lou Samuelson can make a three. She can make a three. You know, she can make a three. She can. She can make a three. But defending, she's an okay defender. She's an okay defender. Erica Wheeler kind of tries to be the offensive guard when she comes in, and that is not what they need from her. They need her to run the second unit. That's why I say that Grace Berger or Lexi Hole should be playing within the second unit. That there's a scorer on the floor with Erica Wheeler. That she's not trying to be that offensive player. Now, if she's open and set. Yes, go take the shot. But other than that, no. Run the second unit. Like, let the second unit be Erica Wheeler, Grace Berger, and Katie Lou, Erica Wheeler, Grace Berger, or Lexi Cole. That'll be your ones coming off the bench. Or in Dantas. So you have like a 5 to bring off the bench far as the Fever. Like their bench is definitely question marks. They're marks. Like when it comes to when the playoff time, where's the production gonna come from? Like Dantas can go score. We know Dantas can go score. We know Katie Lou can get a bucket. But like beyond them, where can the scoring come from? Where can the scoring come from? Christy Sides and her coaching. If I'm her, I'm telling Caitlin Clark, let it fly. Let it fly. Let it fly. Let it fly. That is what I'm telling her. I'm telling her to let it fly as much as possible within means of running the offense and getting the teammates involved. But like a broken play, go split the defense, quick layup, or split the defense floater, or like free throw jumper. Like these are the things we want to see from Caitlin Clark. We know she can go from half court and shoot a three. I want to see everything else. The fancy passes, behind the back, no look, all that. But I want to see you shoot the ball. You've got to shoot the ball more for y'all to be successful as far as the playoffs. Caitlin Clark's got to shoot the ball more to be successful. Yeah, you gotta shoot the ball more. You gotta shoot the ball more. Like, let's be honest. You have to shoot the ball more. The rotate, like Christy Sides has gotta believe, like, that we know that like we know that the Fever are going as far as Caitlin and AB, Kelsey and Alyssa take them. You know, if Caitlin Clark is a primarily just strictly a point guard and not looking for offense, then I don't see them doing well for us playoffs. I don't. And then depending on who they play, they're 7th seed now. They're a 7th seed now. So that's what I'm saying. Out these 14 games, I got 10 that's winnable. Maybe not 9 to 10 that's winnable games. And some of these are going to be close. Some of these are going to be very close down to the wire in the fourth quarter. They played it like the Indiana Fever played the Aces twice. You play the Aces twice, and anything's possible. Chicago's got to beat the Aces. So if Caitlin get in there and start bombing, or Kelsey starts going off, anything's possible. Anything's possible. But for them to win, you need Kelsey getting her buckets. Caitlin really got to shoot the ball with the Aces. She's got to shoot the ball because I don't know how much posting and scoring Aaliyah Boston's going to do going up against Asia Wilson. Going up with Asia Wilson and Kia Stokes. Like, I don't know. Don't know about that one. I don't have them. I don't have them beating the Aces. And then the last game of the regular season is Washington Mystics. Like, they lost to Mystics already. Um, then again, anything's possible. Like, even the worst teams are beating teams that you're like, they shouldn't beat them. And they're winning these games. So it's possible. But I would have the Fever beating the Mystics. I would have it. Like, the Mystics for me have been a disappointment this year. There's been some bright spots with Julie Van Loo, um, Aaliyah Edwards, Aaliyah Edwards. Like, I thought Shakira Austin would be healthy. You know, um, Ariel Atkins has been doing what she normally does, and then Brittany Sykes being out. Like, it started out here and it crashed and burned very quickly. I don't know how much longer Eric Tebow's gonna last as their coach. I don't. No, I don't know how much longer he's probably gonna last. Like, if we talk about coaches on the hot seat, Eric Tebow for the Mystics would be one. Tanisha Wright for the Dream would be one. Um, I don't know if I would put Letitia Tremmel in that category because they've had some injuries and stuff. So, but I thought the Waynes would have a better record. But things happen. Things happen. I'm going 9 out of like at least 9 to 10 games that Danny and the Fever can win out the 14. Nine to 10 games out the 14 that they can win. But that still depends on what the other teams do in the conference. You know. So we just gonna have to wait and see. Wait and see. But Christy sides, my message to Caitlin Clark is let it fly. 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 You know? Simple as that. I predict they're going to make the playoffs. I would like to see them see if they can go up, you know. But I mean, either way, 7 seed you make the playoffs. So them just making the playoffs is great in itself. So like that's great in itself. So we just gotta see who that potential matchup could be. That's more so what my concern would be for the Indiana Fever. Who could that potential matchup be? But I would have them in the playoffs for sure. Possibly moving up past you know, past 7. Like if they can get the 6, that would you know, as long as they make the playoffs, that's the first goal for this year, as far as now. That's that's the goal. Um, you know, Monday we gonna talk the Chicago Sky and some things about the Hen. Talk about them and potential for the second half of the season with them. Monday streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So catching on one of the three, you know. And we gonna continue our conversations on Twitter. I'm not done. I probably like that's the most engagement some of y'all get on Twitter. It's hopping in people's mentions while they have conversations with other people and you interject yourself in them. Crazy.